Wall Street are down. Take a look. Recent market volatility can certainly make anyone nervous about investing and perhaps lead us all to question our investment strategy. In today's For Your Money, Andy Mattingly from Forum Credit Union is giving us some tips that can be helpful in turbulent times. All right, Andy, what is the first step in surviving turbulent markets?
Well, the first step is don't panic and realize just because the markets are down, your portfolio may not be down. So you need to look at it both ways.
Why do experts always give that advice not to panic when it is your money?
Because they don't want you to make rash decisions. So they want you to really think about it and think about all the factors that go into why you're in these different investments.
All right, so let's talk about some of those factors.
Well, the factors can be is what type of investment it is. If it's your retirement fund and you're in your 30s, you don't want to be in a hurry to get out of it because you have a long time. But if it's your 529 plan and your son starts school in August, well, then you may have a different decision to make. So you need to look at those types of factors.
This is about strategy then.
Yes.
So what type of strategies should people have so that they don't panic?
Well, the biggest one is diversification, meaning having a lot of different types of investments so that you kind of maximize your ability to overcome market downturns because you've spread out the risk over different types of things, and then take a long-term approach to your investments.
And when I first got into saving money, I wasn't saving very much, but I had a buddy who was doing financial advising, and he told me about dollar cost averaging.
Yes.
And it's something that you may not know the term, but it totally makes sense.
Yeah, it really makes sense because especially like if you invest in a mutual fund, you're buying shares in that mutual fund. If you make a regular contribution to that, you're going to buy some shares high, which means you're going to be less, and sometimes you're going to be at a low price, which means you buy more shares. But the average cost of those shares is going to be less than if you just tried to time the market because you're probably going to buy them at the higher level.
What's the best method then to take advantage of all of that?
Well, the best method to do that is to set up an ACH or an automated withdrawal and do it every month. So pick an amount and do it every month and just make it a regular thing that happens without you doing anything.
Investing sometimes tells us things about ourselves. What are some traits that we need to know?
Well, I think the most important thing is to know your risk tolerance. If you're a person that's going to look at your portfolio every day and be concerned if it goes down, you probably want to take less risky investments. If you're a person who says, hey, I'm going to start investing and I'll look at it when I turn 50, then you'll probably be okay being, allowed to be more risky because market ups and downs happen all the time.
And
have always happened.
You can get the answer out of the person better than they could say, oh, I like a lot of risk,
yeah.
But then the correct questions to ask.
Yeah, you have to ask
say,
a certain
no,
question.
You actually don't like risk.
Exactly, exactly.
What's the most important advice for the people watching at home, also checking their phones, looking at the markets right now?
Well, the most important thing is to think about what you're going to do and talk to someone. And probably not the neighbor down the street, because they probably don't understand your situation. But talk to a financial advisor, other people that you know, and gain knowledge about all your investments, and you'll feel a lot more comfortable.
Where can people find you, Andy?
At forumcu.com.
And how was your drive in?
It was okay.
All right. Trying to get home before later this evening, I imagine. Well, state of emergency now, speaking of the weather,